It's been more than a year since we've seen the cast of Outlander, but fear not, we've heard the news that Season 6 will premiere sometime in early 2022. So instead of missing our beloved show, why not reminisce about the funniest moments the cast has experienced on set? For today's video, we'll be listing down some of the funniest moments and bloopers of Outlander, so tune in to know more. The lead actors who can't help but giggle in between sets. Randall Fraser and Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser, have quite the chemistry both on and off camera. But they also have a lot of fun in between filmings too, especially when they're filming serious moments. Usually it would only take a moment's look of silence before the two burst out laughing, which we kinda admit is really cute. Sam Heughan, the natural but stoic comedian. Aside from being charming, Heughan has been a natural comedian, but unlike many who show their banter through their face, the actor keeps a pretty calm and stoic appearance, much to his co-star's delight. And with Balf at his side, there's almost always something to laugh and joke about. Working with maggots, a new way of fun. It's no secret that filming Outlander entails several props, be it breathing or not. In Season 5, we've seen something relieved by our beloved cast, which was a popular choice of remedy from years ago: maggots. In one episode, we saw how Jamie got bitten by a snake and Claire nursing his wound through the use of an unlikely aid, which is the maggots. Back then, these squirmy creatures helped deal with some of the rotting flesh related to the wound. Actress Katrina Balfe was amused at how her co-actor Sam Heughan reacted to these creatures. Seeing how scared Sam was of these maggots, that was quite fun. It was also fun kind of showing them in his face. In an interview with Stars, Balfe even shared how they all felt when they saw the creatures employed on set in an interview last April 2020. Maggots. There's a couple of things we learned, shared the actress. First of all, they sound like Rice Krispies. It's quite disgusting when you have a tub of maggots and they're all going like it's actually quite loud. Second of all, if you've been cultivating maggots on rotten meat, please wash them before you bring them to the set, because they still stink of rotting meat otherwise. So I think that when they first arrived, we were all like, oh god, what is that smell? And we sort of had them sent off to be rinsed a few times, and then they came back. They didn't smell a huge amount better, but slightly better. She further added, we had some kind of lemongrass paste that we were putting into the wound, and then you would sort of throw on a few maggots on it right before they say action. By the time the sort of scene was through, they were all over the floor. They would have crawled. They move fast. But it is fun. It's good to have, like, fun things like that do once in a while. I don't think I could handle it every day, but once in a while, you know, makes things interesting. Filming with animals, a daily struggle. Acting with humans is relatively easy compared to acting alongside animals. For humans, one just needs to act on cue as soon as the cameras start rolling, but with animals, not so much. As evident in one of the behind-the-scenes footage, it takes quite the effort not to laugh when the horses are clearly suffering from indigestion, since their farting sounds are caught on camera. We also saw the animal actor of Rollo, the half-wolf, half-Irish wolfhound who refused to come to John Bell's call. Let's not even forget how Sam Heughan struggled to pull a mule in some scenes, a perfect definition of the idiom stubborn as a mule. Do you know what other animal is also hard-headed? Goats! In an interview with Sci-Fi Wire, Balfe and Heughan remember a lot of moments wherein they struggled to film with the four-legged furry creatures. Those goats I'm just remembering every time. So there are those goats in the living room, and every single time they, the filming crew, said action, we were about to walk in, the goats would relieve themselves every single time, Balfe recounts. In one behind-the-scenes cut, we could even see a goat banging its head against the wooden fence in the middle of Heughan's acting. The level of unprofessionalism. Unmatched for these animals, as if to say they're the star of the show, these goats even meh as soon as they hear people talking. Although Balfe enjoyed seeing Heughan squirm at the creatures, of course, the actor thought otherwise, and thought they were demanding, especially since these maggots crawled on his real leg. They move so damn fast, the actor recalled. Like they lit, you put them down, and they're off. So I had this prosthetic on, obviously, and you can't see where it ends, so it was just kind of waiting for them to find the edge to get under it. I was also trying to stay in the scene as well, well, and it's hard when you've got thousands of little maggots charging around trying to get in every crook. He related to Cinema Blend back in September 2020. Roger and Brianna got married more than 100 times in one filming. Aside from Balfe and Hugon, another adorable couple in the series is Brianna and Roger McKenzie, who are played by Sophie Skelton and Richard Rankin, respectively. They did end up together, but the process of filming their wedding scene? Extensively long. We did film it a lot, the actress related. We sort of did it over and over, so by the end of the vows, Richard and I didn't even know what we were saying. We just kind of looking at each other, forgetting our lines. I got married, I believe, 715 times yesterday, Rankin mused in a behind-the-scenes interview. David Berry even stated that Lord John was kind enough not to outshine the bride. I didn't want to show up the bride and come in white, but did the second best thing of getting my pretty spiffy waistcoat. Unfortunately, no pockets for my iPhone, the actor joked. The bromance between Richard Rankin and Sam Hugon, through the roof. Bromance is part of every film set, and we sure saw our share of bromance between the two actors. Richard got himself tattooed in San Diego, Hugon recalled, with Skelton chipping in, saying, to show off their bromance, a banter took place in an interview with E! News. The actress even teased how the two actors wore matching shirts in the interview that day. In a separate interview, Catriona was asked what she would give the two actors if they got married, to which she answered, I'd give them the gift of a separate toilet. Filming with kids, it's great, according to Lauren Lyle. Marsali McKimmy Fraser, who's portrayed by the Scottish actress Lauren Lyle, had her fair share of distraught on set, and one that involves kids. But just like any professional, she breezed it through with a forced smile. On the set of Roger and Bree's wedding, she shared her thoughts on what it's like handling the kids. It was all baby. And then another one is a raucous little teenager in a 5-year-old's body, so today's mainly been about handling that. It's been great. No one's stressed. It's fine. It's great. It's great. Even the bride's actress, Skelton, also shares the same thoughts as Lyle. They'll be good actors as soon as Patrick says action. They start screaming absolute murder, and then he yells, cut, and they're like, fine. What can they live without on set? A lot of unlikely answers. A good Wi-Fi connection, quips French actor César Domboy, who plays the role of Fergus Claudel Fraser, to which Laura Lyle echoes in agreement. A tall ginger Scot to take the piss out of, answered Catriona Balfe. Safe to say coffee made it to their priority list, since it's been stated by almost all the cast members. The Highland Dance. Last but not least, we have one of the most talked about moments in season 5, Jamie's dance. In a Facebook Live, the actors were asked by the fans if they used any set word in daily life, which Sam Hugon answered, I think I had to learn the dance this season, about the Highland Dance in season 5. It's not really dancing, to be honest, but yeah. In a separate interview with TV Line back in 2020, the actor narrates about the dance he did on the said season and how much preparation he did for the scene. In the book and in the script, it was a sword dance, Hugon explained. I wanted to do a Highland flig because I felt like we'd seen the sword dance on the show. Duncan did a really great version of that in season 1. So actually what I'm doing is the Highland fling, which is a dance that they do around the battlefield. It's all about kicking off chains of the British. There's sort of this leg kick, and the hand positions are about the stag. It's about prowess, but it has a message as well. He further continued, it was fun. The situation is they're letting loose for a little bit, and it's kind of cool that Claire gets to see Jamie do that for the first time. She's like, oh, he can actually move. Pretty tough, because the boots I'm wearing are impossible to dance in, and you have to be really up on your toes. It's kind of hard in those big boots, but I had a friend of mine who helped teach me. She's a Highland dancer. And with that, we're done sharing some of the funniest moments and bloopers on the set of Outlander. Until the next episode, thanks for watching.